I would like to give a big shout out and say thank you to President Joe Biden and his administration for the last 6 months. There has not been a time in my lifetime where constitutional state government has been more at the forefront, has taken more steps to return our country back to the way it was supposed to have been governed at the state level. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are already shaking your heads. Why are you thanking Joe Biden for that? Because of his ineptitude. Because of his inability to see the true ramifications of his actions. In today's video, I'm going to illuminate this for you in something that he's done very recently. Biden launches door-to-door vaccine effort. Thank you, President Joe Biden, for doing this, so that we can continue to illuminate the idea of states' rights, and more importantly, in this case, local rights that even go beyond that of state governors and state government. I've said before, and I'll say it again, where you live matters. Many have said, Florida Maquis, why are you so divisive? Why are you drawing lines that don't exist? Because in reality, they do exist. Especially here in the state of Florida and on this topic. I'm sure a lot of people are recoiling at the idea of somebody coming and knocking on their door saying, have you been vaccinated? Would you like us to vaccinate you right now? You see, in Florida, we have laws governing this. And the stock in signs that say, go away, no soliciting, no trespassing, is about to go way up. Because they are legally binding and legally enforceable. Now, if you want a great resource on this, this is actually bestofsigns.com. This is a primer on no soliciting signs. What are they and how do they work? And it gives you the whole breakdown that they are legally enforceable. And this is all you have to do. Florida, and its large population of elderly, is very well known for this. Property rights, sovereignty rights. There are going to be problems in Florida because Joe Biden himself is not going to be coming to knock on your door. They're going to have to hire some army of people to do this. And down here in Florida, they aren't going to get any. They aren't going to get any because they know. You'd have to live in Florida to know this, but these people are like, oh no, I'm not going and randomly going up to some person's house and knocking on the door and start asking them personal medical questions. That ain't going to happen. Now, there are a lot of signs and doormats that you can buy, and a lot of them are actually kind of great, to be very truthful, but sometimes they give away a little bit too much information about who you are and what your values are, and those trespassing, those violating local laws, can garner pieces of information from signs like this. Now, this one is my personal favorite. No trespassing. We are just tired and running out of places to hide the bodies. But there is a way to deal with it. There is a way to deal with it. Someone comes to my door, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there in my audience from Florida and the South in general that would agree with what I'm about to say. And they're not from Amazon, or I didn't order food, or there isn't somebody locally's house burning down, something like that. If they're knocking on my door, they're going to have a problem. They're going to have a problem. People don't do this in Florida. All you have to do is stand on the other side of your door, and this is my advice. You don't have to open the door. You don't have to answer any questions. All you have to do is say, "Oh, bless your heart, you need to leave. Please. If not, I'm going to be contacting the authorities. Thank you." If they don't, after one polite request, in Flagler County, where I live, they're going to be getting a visit from two of our sworn law officers, servants of the people. The reasonable one, driving the vehicle, is going to probably ask you, again, nicely, to move along and perhaps counsel you on what a no soliciting sign means. Anything beyond that, you will get a visit from the other sworn law officer in this picture, riding in the back seat, and you won't like it. You won't like it, and you'll get a free trip in the back of a very nice air-conditioned SUV to the Flagler County Jail. That's what's going to happen to Biden's little army of vaccine nosy noses. And I'm sorry, that's just what it is to me. It's none of their business. It is none of their business. And if you have a sign up that says no soliciting, no trespassing, that can be visible from the street in the state of Florida, and you violate that, you're going to go someplace. And this is a picture, by the way, of the inside of the brand new Flagler County Jail. It's a beautiful place. You're going to get a free transport to this place where you're going to make friends that you'll probably keep for a lifetime. So you can weigh the pros and cons. But make no mistake, that's what will happen in Florida. Now, if you're living someplace where you don't think this is going to happen, I guess that's your choice now, isn't it? That's your choice. See, the Supreme Court has ruled that there is a freedom of speech issue here, but there's also a privacy issue here. And all you have to do is put up a sign. That's it, and they're cheap. I don't care if it's a piece of poster board and a Sharpie marker. If in the state of Florida, it's visible from the street and they violate it, they're violating the law. They're violating the law and they're committing a criminal act. Now, you don't have to get all upset and all worried about it and threaten physical violence. You don't have to do that. You don't have to give away a whole bunch of information about who you are and your political beliefs and all this kind of stuff. At least here in Flagler County, we have sworn law officers that will do that for you. And trust me, they will do a lot better job of it than you will. And I have full faith in the authorities here in Flagler County, Florida, to enforce our laws, to enforce our standards. Our standards here in Flagler County are far higher than that of the state of Florida itself. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's about the governor of Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis is a good guy. Don't get me wrong. But there are a lot of people in Florida far more conservative than he is that would have gone a lot farther than he has. He is the compromise. Let that soak in for 1 minute. Governor DeSantis, probably the most conservative governor in the entire union, is the compromise. That's how conservative Florida is. And it matters. And I'll say it again. This doddering old geriatric fool who's just wandering around not knowing what he's doing in D.C., to us here in Florida, is a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing. Because it gives us the opportunity to illuminate and bring to the forefront states' rights. This is how the country was meant to be governed. If it were up to me, a Joe Biden or his analog or some other beta geriatric old fool would be there forever so that we could govern our states properly. From the governor on down, there's no better example of this than the little feud going on right now between Asa Hutchinson in Arkansas and Kristi Noem in South Dakota. For those of you not knowing what that is, I'll leave it up to you to look up. But once again, I'll give you this link down in the first pinned comment, bestofsigns.com/blog, B-L-O-G, /no soliciting signs. A primer on no soliciting signs, what are they and do they work? And it gives you the complete breakdown in this article that they are absolutely legally enforceable. They give you an example here in Henderson, Nevada. Another one in Denver, Colorado. Time restrictions, solicitation bans. Know your laws. Know your laws. And at least here in Florida, know that you can trust your local authorities. If you're living someplace where you don't, that's your choice. Here we do. Here we do. Nobody in Flagler County, Florida, or very few people, the vast majority, we don't drive around and see a sheriff's vehicle and, recoil or tense up. There are friends, there are families, there are neighbors. We see them at the grocery store, we see them at the gas station, we see them at church. They serve us, and we make their lives very good. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be in a properly, constitutionally governed country from the bottom up. Local authorities, first and foremost, most powerful influence in your life. Next level up, state. The final and least influential should be what's going on in D.C. And as of things right now, they should have absolutely no influence. And we're seeing this. So I will leave it there. God bless. Have a happy Wednesday. And we will see you guys tonight on Twitch.